Hey everyone, Travis Merritt, Rowlett Transformation Center. Fitness mastery tip number 7, the kettlebell deadlift. Now, this is a fantastic way for beginners to learn a deadlift. Now, also for people that are pretty advanced with deadlift, this is still a great way to take the physique up to another level. Now, right off the bat, deadlift sounds scary, but all a deadlift means is just picking up dead weight. A lot of people actually will end up doing this incorrect, and for those of you that do think you have a good foundation on this, do a quick watch just to learn a couple quick tips. This is how you deadlift pretty much the correct way, at least with the kettlebell, to ensure that one, you're pretty much doing more with your glutes and your legs and less with your back. We're gonna start with the kettlebell. I find this is actually one of the easier ways to teach. Now, if you remember back in a video, I don't know which fitness tip this was, I talked about a hip hinge, which means a hip hinge for those learning how to squat with those angry knees. It's a great way to start loading the backside up for squatting versus the knees. The same principle applies with a deadlift, okay? And in fact, starts very similar to a squat, at least in the kettlebell deadlift. What you're gonna do is you wanna straddle the handle of the kettlebell, pretty much with the shoelaces straddling. Get into your squat stance, maybe a little bit wider. From here, what you're gonna do is you're gonna hip hinge, pause, you're gonna squat yourself down. From here, pick up the kettlebell, keeping it close to the body. Same principle applies. Push back, squat down to the ground, come back up. Push your hips back, squat down to the ground, come back up. Now when you're doing this exercise right down through here, a lot of the work that you feel should be in your glutes and your thighs. And don't get me wrong, your lower back's gonna work a little bit because face it, the lower back's keeping you from collapsing forward. Now that's a good way for a beginner to learn a deadlift. Now let's say if you wanna take this to another level. Well, and easily another level that you can go to is 2 kettlebells. Another great variation. Your feet may be a little wider for this one, but same principle applies. Hip hinge, squat down, pick up both kettlebells, come back, and repeat. Now what about if you want to take it up again? This is when you have a band for this one. With the kettlebell, you're going to loop the band through, stand on it, same principle applies, stand up, and all of a sudden you're going to have to feel, especially at the top, you're going to have to really push your glutes in to make sure that you're engaging properly. If you've seen me watch from the side, hip hinge, come down, stand up and push my glutes in, you're really gonna feel the glutes lock a whole lot on this one. Now what about if you're coming into a situation you don't have a kettlebell? This can be done with a dumbbell. Sometimes you hear this called dumbbell sumo squat. Doesn't matter what you call it, same principle applies. Straddle, squat down, come forward, pick up, squeezing your glutes in, hip hinge, go back, directly from the side. Straddle, hip hinge, squat down, come up, squeezing your glutes, hip hinge, squat back down. All these variations focus on one thing, picking up dead weight. Especially spending some time practicing a deadlift, learning to get good with this, not only is great for just shaping up the body, it's especially really shaking up the backside, but it's just good for life. There's a lot of things that you do, you're picking up dead weight from the ground. How many sets, how many reps, all that good stuff. Now the deadlift for the beginning can be very taxing for some individuals. So I recommend about 2 to 3 times a week. Certain ones you can do more often. So 2 to 3 times a week, anywhere from 2 to 4 sets. Beginners should really be focusing around 15 to 20 reps. People that have a little bit more experience in the belt, you can probably focus into the 8 and 12 rep range. This is one of those that I'm a little biased. I admit I like to see people go heavy in, or at least as heavy as they feel comfortable keeping good form. This helps your body out in a number of ways that pretty much this would be too long to list out. But guys, if you have comments or questions, please put them in the comment section below. You all stay warm and have an amazing day.